USAA knows dynamic duos can save the day, like superheroes and sidekicks or auto and home insurance. With USAA, you can bundle your auto and home and save up to 10%. Learn more and get a quote at USAA.com/bundle. Restrictions apply.
At the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event, get deals so right, it almost feels wrong. Now's the best time to get that Hyundai you've always wanted. Plus, every new Hyundai comes with America's Best Warranty and 3 years or 36,000 miles of limited complimentary maintenance. Don't think you can get away with all that? Think again. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today. It's a great day for a new Hyundai.
Hello, and welcome to Unequal Sequel
Extra.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Unequal Sequel. My name is Dave. His name is Rich, and together we are Unequal Sequel. It doesn't matter. One's not sequel and one's not unequal, but together we are Unequal Sequel.
You were doing so well. We sounded like some sort of like crime fighting duo for a second
I was
there.
just trying to go big,
And
go early.
Yeah, then it went
like
wrong.
we said last
didn't
week, we have to introduce ourselves so new listeners know what's going on.
Yes.
So I've done that now.
Yes,
Tick
we
that
do.
off the list.
Yeah.
Next is banter. It says, so how are you today?
Have you literally written down banter on your list?
No, but we're full of it, right?
I was going to say, as if we needed that.
How are you today on this lovely... We are recording on a Sunday. It's warm.
We are, yeah. Yeah, it's very nice. It's very nice. This recording this podcast is distracting me from doing house jobs, so I'm very happy.
I've done my house jobs. I'm in the good books personally for.
I have not done the house jobs, and I'm the only person who I would be in the good books for anyway, so it doesn't matter.
That's a way of living, isn't it? Okay, we are. Okay, sequel seasons continually at a pelt we can't handle with. Currently, they're coming out thick and fast, and today we are doing a sequel that went straight to streaming, for better or worse.
And thick and fast kind of sums this one up.
Yes, we are doing the sequel to A Simple Favour from 2017, I want to say. 2018, apparently. Yeah, that's what it says on Rotten Tomato. And this one was called A Simple Favour, and quite cleverly, this one's called Another Simple Favour. The film stars Anna Kendrick, Blake Lively, Henry Golding, who's the other one? Alison Janney. Any other famous people that people might know in there?
Who else is in there? What's her name? Who plays the mum?
Okay, the mum's a different actress from the first one, right?
Yeah, mum's. What's her name? I can't remember her name. It's gone out of my head.
Doesn't matter.
Anyway.
Andrew Randall turns up as another dad from the school.
Yeah, he's in the first one as well.
Detective Somerville returns from the first film. It's the kids are both the same.
What's his name? Bashar Saladin.
You can see why I haven't got that right.
Something like that. Is that am I right?
Yes, you are.
Yeah, I think I am right. Yeah.
Congratulations.
But he's good.
He's good.
I like him. What is he good? What else have I seen him that he's good in? Oh yeah, Top Gun Maverick.
He's Holder from Top Gun Maverick. Yeah. Or any other, maybe even the new Mission Impossible when it comes out. We are going to let Rich do a synopsis of this film. I think so.
Oh yeah, we are.
The best way of doing this. So here we go. Strap in.
Okay, so carrying on from the events of the first movie, which I'm not doing a synopsis for, go and bloody watch it. Don't be lazy. It's good.
Sometimes weeks. That's why you should probably do a little bit of a background for it, maybe. Some weeks you do one, some weeks you don't. And come on.
All right, fine. So, A Simple Favour, the first movie. I hadn't planned for this at all, by the way. So it stars Anna Kendrick as Stephanie and Blake Lively as Emily. Two very different mums. Stephanie's very preppy. Emily's very kind of out there and cool. And they get together and become friends. And it turns out that Emily is maybe a bit more chaotic than she seems, and there's maybe some murders, but she does disappear, and for a while everyone's a suspect as to why she's disappeared. But yeah, I'm not going to spoil the movie. But I think
all you have to do is the Stephanie Carroll's the Anna Kendrick. She's like a mummy blogger in that film, and then eventually she turns into a mummy/sleuth blogger.
Yeah. So she turns it from a mum blogger to a kind of true crime blogger, essentially.
They're mad.
Yeah, and it's a bit mad. But Stephanie becomes a lot cooler through the movie and a lot more kind of edgy and risk-takey. And then the second movie, essentially, I have to slightly spoil the first movie. So Emily ends up in prison at the end of the first movie. I'm not going to tell you why. You can watch it and find out. But in this movie, I think it's 5 years later. Mm-hmm. Is it 5 years later? She's out of prison. Stephanie has written a book all about her, essentially, and is now becoming sort of a semi-famous-ish kind of crime person. Emily's out of prison, and she invites Stephanie to Capri to be her maid of honour, despite Stephanie having put her in prison and also slept with her husband. Stephanie goes along to Capri, expecting essentially that Emily wants to kill her. And loads of other weird stuff happens, and people do die, and there are some mysteries to solve, and it is crazy.
Okay, that would do, I think, for now, until we really hit our stride in the spoiler section, which probably will be coming in about, 10 minutes. So, get ready. What is your back history for Simple Favour? And I should say it's directed by Paul Feig. Go.
It is, yeah. Absolutely none. I watched A Simple Favour for the first time 3 days ago, maybe a bit longer than that, and just for this podcast. I knew of it because of your story.
Yes. My story is, in 2017 or 18, whenever that was, I had the opportunity to interview Paul Feig. I was writing for a website called Jump Cut Online, and I shot my shot on Twitter one day, and Paul Feig said, yes, send me. And he sent me some details, and I was able to hook it up with his agents and PR agents. Now, I have to remember, that was the first person I've ever interviewed for anyone, to be honest. So Paul Feig is not a bad first ever interview.
It's pretty good.
No, yeah, I was nervous. I had to wait up quite late into the night to do it. Sadly, at that point, it was for A Simple Favour. I hadn't seen Simple Favour. I had asked, can I see Simple Favour? I had not seen Simple Favour. They said I couldn't. Well, they didn't say I couldn't. They just beat around. They basically didn't answer the question.
Okay.
So if you read the interview, and it is on there, you can Paul Feig Jump Cut Online interview. Most of the questions starts with, in the trailer, it looks like... So I hadn't seen it then, and then I hadn't seen it afterwards. I didn't go to the cinema. Not in protest or anything, I don't think. Maybe. No, let's say no. I like Paul Feig.
No, because he was very nice, Paul Feig, wasn't he?
He was amazing. A very lovely man. A very well-dressed man. Answered all my questions beautifully. And I asked him about Bridesmaids and Spy. And I even asked him about the reaction to Ghostbusters, which he answered very nicely. I asked him, which is a good question for this one, actually, I would have asked him, is what is his thoughts on box office? And at that point, he said, I might read it, actually. Is that a good thing to do?
Oh, why not?
Talking about box office, is there something you look at? Do you worry about it, or do you finish the film, finish post, then go on holiday and try not to think about it? Because it seems some directors don't seem to care, but do you worry about it? And his reply was, all I worry about is the box office. It drives me everything I do. Every decision I make, sleepless nights. I got different perspective on this than a lot of other people, which is that when I was in movie jail once, I started really good and fell apart really badly. And then I was allowed to make movies again. There was a hard lesson like, unless you make some money, unless you get a return on that investment, you don't get to do it again. So I'm sadly obsessed with it. But it does mean that I'm trying to make movies that I know are going to entertain the biggest amount of people. Well, that's what I'm shooting for. I'm not trying to shoot a little niche film. I want to, no matter how much my movies cost, because I want everybody to see them, because I'm proud of them and want them to entertain. And that answer was in 2018, whatever it was.
That's a great
answer. Brings us on to another Simple Favour, straight to streaming.
Yeah.
So no cinema release, nothing like that. So I wonder what his reaction to that would have been, or did they sell it for enough to not to worry about that? Or was the the success of the first film enough to cover everything, but we won't know. I watched Simple Favour for the first time Friday night, so very new.
I think I watched it Wednesday night.
I think you texted me and said, I think you'll enjoy this.
I've said the same to a few people, actually. I was like, you should watch this. I think you'll like it. Because I was really quite surprised. The chemistry between Blake Lively and Anna Kendrick is really good. Like, I think this might be the best I've seen Blake Lively, potentially. Admittedly, I haven't seen her newest movie. But
the Suing film, I was we should be called. Yeah.
Yes, the Suing film. I've not seen that one, but I think this is the best I've seen her. I think that it's a really solid movie. I really quite enjoyed it. I was very surprised at how much I liked it, actually.
It's got things going for it. It's very slick. I think it's very well designed, like the costumes, the design of the houses, stuff like that, the way it looks. I think Paul Feig does a brilliant job with that. I think it keeps you guessing pretty well.
It does, yeah, I think so. I think it gets a little bit silly in places.
Yeah, I think the cast carry that, though. I think Anna Kendrick is brilliant.
They do. And also, Henry Golding, I think, is really quite good as well.
Stand out.
Yeah, I think surprisingly good. I think that's the whole movie, actually, just surprisingly good.
Solid, isn't it? For like a fuzzy thriller kind of thing.
Yeah. It's deeper than you think it will be, but still quite fun. Yes. You know, it doesn't kind of take it. And some of that, I mean, the costumes are incredible.
Incredible in that first one.
Like, especially kind of Blake Lively's costumes. They are impeccable. Like, there's one scene where she's walking in the rain in a suit, like right at the start. And I'm like, wow.
Yeah. Really good. Did that leave you... So you watched it one night and then probably A Simple Favour, maybe the next night, the night after. Did that leave you with like, oh, this is going to be good? Or...
It did, yeah. I was really up for kind of another Simple Favour. Little bit trepidatious because I'm like, I'm thinking it was so good and it kind of had a good ending.
The ending doesn't leave it open for a sequel, really.
Doesn't really leave it open for a sequel, no.
Because it's based on a book, we should say.
Okay.
Yes, it's a novel by Darcy Bell. So that's, I think, helps with the characters and how it ends. I think it's just one novel, it's not a series. And it even has bits at the end to tell you where your characters are at that point, like it's a true story.
And I like that, yeah. I like that bit. I think that's a good like storytelling technique. But then we do get the second one, and I was a bit kind of like, I kind of really like the first one, so maybe this one could be good, but a little bit unsure about where it's going to go. And I'd say the second one is fine, but those silly bits from the first one get really, really silly in this one, and it does kind of grate. So unfortunately, wasn't quite as enamoured with the second movie.
I think you're being quite kind to it.
Oh, do you? Oh, wow. Okay.
I thought it was not even a patch on that first one.
Oh, really?
Really disappointed. My wife said to me, I wish we didn't watch that straight after the first one, because she really enjoyed the one, and I thought, yeah, that's great. And then I got to this one, and it lacked pretty much everything that was good about the first one. It lacked style. It didn't look like the first one.
It didn't quite look like the first one, did it? I was just thinking that. I was trying to think of the costumes again, because I really was like, I'm not a costume kind of guy. But honestly, that really stood out in the first movie.
Some of the dresses they wear,
second movie, I was like, oh, it's not really there. I don't know.
It doesn't look or sound like that first film, and I think that's the most disappointing. No. And I think they ramp up.
I think disappointing is the main
feeling I think it is.
Actually.
And I think they ramp up the comedy for... Yeah. And I think that's a misstep, because what was so good about the first one, I think, was the thriller steps. And the bits that keep you guessing, because I couldn't tell really what was coming in that first film. Yeah. But the second one, I think you did. I think you saw what was coming.
I think I did too. There are very strong hints as well. Yes. Like, it's not like it literally they say it at the start. You know, like there are some bits where they genuinely and it gives it away. But I don't want to spoil it for anyone until we kind of give people a spoiler warning. But I did find the payoff disappointing and unsatisfactory.
I did not like it.
But I did. I mean, some of the humour I liked, and I like Blake Lively more in the first one. I like Anna Kendrick more in the second one.
Anna Kendrick, I think, gets more let loose a little bit more in the second one.
I think so.
And she's great. Her comedy's great. You know, I won't hear a bad word about Anna Kendrick. I will fight you.
But I want Emily back. I want Emily from the first one.
She's barely in this one.
And I don't feel she's barely in it. When she is in it, she's not herself. And I miss that character. I want that character.
Does it feel like they made a film's Go on Holiday? Is one of those movies a little bit to you?
Does feel a little bit like that. I've been to Capri. It is very nice.
Have you? It looks amazing.
Yeah, I have. Yeah, it is lush. And yeah, it is as nice as it looks. But yeah, I think. But also, you have to go to Naples first, and that's not nice.
Oh, is it not?
No.
Isn't it famous for pizza, Naples, and Maradona, and the mob?
Yeah, it's famous for Maradona at Napoli. But yeah, it's not a. Yeah, it's a port city. It's not like Capri. Let's put it that way.
Is that where the mob storyline comes from in this kind of film?
I guess so. I'm not aware of there being a strong mafia presence on Capri, but there might be.
Well, there is in Naples, right?
I think there is in Naples, yeah. So that's probably where that comes from. Sicily's the big one, though, right? Like that's a different island.
Shall we do spoilers?
Yeah, go on then. Let's do some spoilers.
We've been recording for about 15 minutes now, so it's good.
We kind of need to talk about it, don't we? Because,
spoilers. This is Spoiler Street, whatever we want to call it. Spoiler Alley.
Not Spoiler Street. That's not ours.
I knew I've heard it
before.
before. Silly Miles. We're taking another route. This is Spoiler Alley.
Spoiler Alley. Oh, sorry, Silly Mile. Dave and Kathy, we're really sorry. Like, this is naughty.
This is available for everyone to watch on our Amazon videos. It's easier accessible if you have Amazon, which a lot of people do now because they like to buy stuff. So go check it out. Yeah. The first one is also on there.
Yes, and you can watch it for free if you've got an Amazon account, but you just have to watch adverts, which is what I do because I'm not paying any more money
either. Well, actually, I borrowed yours, so I'm not paying any money at the moment. So spoilers. Here we go.
Yeah. So at the start of the movie, Emily's mum turns up. So I'd say the start. It's not really the start. It's in the first third of the movie. Emily's mum turns up at her wedding. Spoilers: she's getting married to a guy who's actually gay, and she's his beard.
We're going big there.
We're going there. We're going there. Yeah. But yeah, sorry. So Emily's mum turns up, and she mentions triplets.
Mm-hmm. It's a big thing in the first one as well.
Triplets. Oh yeah, they say in the first movie about triplets as well, don't they? Which is weird, right? Because don't they? Yeah. I don't know. It is weird, but anyway. But apparently one of the triplets died at childbirth.
There's a point when Alison Jenny literally looks in the camera and winks. It feels like
it literally is. Like Alison Jenny, I don't know what she's doing here. Like seriously, like. She's such a good actress.
It almost feels beneath her a little bit.
It does. It really does. And she is playing a Scooby-Doo villain in this movie. Like, it is not... Like, she is better than this. So much better than this. The final standoff, like, it's been foreshadowed massively through the movie, what's going to happen. And it's just rubbish. I just really didn't like it. It's so stupid. It's so annoying. I just wanted to get in the bin.
I wanted to get in the bin, and I also wanted to get the shot when the person falls over the cliff, and it looks terrible. Just throw. I'm not saying throw a real person over the cliff, but surely just throw a mannequin over the cliff, and it would look much better than that.
It would have looked a lot better. Yeah, I would be interested to know what the budget of this movie is, because the first movie, the budget was only like $20 million, which is not a massive budget for a movie.
This message is brought to you by Abercrombie Kids, where the activewear is made for every summer activity, so your mini-me can bring their personal best. Summer days are always an adventure, from day camp to rec leagues and pool days. Abercrombie Kids has the shorts, tees, and swim to keep them comfy and keep up with them. Get everything for the entire summer at Abercrombie Kids. Shop in-store, online, or in the app.
This episode is brought to you by Temptations Cat Treats. Your cat will come running for the perfectly irresistible Temptations Creamy Puree and Temptations Lickable Spoon Cat Treats. The best time to feed lickable cat treats to your cat is anytime. Feed by hand for a playful moment, in a bowl for a creamy treat, or as a topper to make mealtime fun. Visit temptationstreats.com to learn more.
This episode is brought to you by GM Genuine Parts and AC Delco. Get the most out of your vehicle with GM Genuine Parts and AC Delco original equipment. The only parts designed, engineered, tested, and backed by General Motors. You can find your perfect fit for most makes and models and choose from 3 tiers of parts, including GM OE or gold and silver aftermarket parts. Visit gmparts.com for more information.
I have a feeling that the budget for this movie was more.
What?
Because they've gone to Capri, they've shot on location.
I've been trying to find that out, right, while we've been talking, and I cannot.
Probably because it's on streaming, they've probably not released what the budget was. But I would not be surprised if it was at least double the last one. Like, I would not be surprised if it was sort of a $40-50 million movie. And honestly, it doesn't look it, unfortunately.
Yeah, currently I can't find anything about that. But yeah, I absolutely agree with you. The first one for $20 million. When I read that,
absolute
looks
banger.
great.
And I think it made like 100 million or something.
You can see why they wanted a sequel.
Which is
then,
like,
can't you?
Yeah, definitely.
And Paul Feig has had many films to do sequels with. I mean, the amount of people that have been banging on his door for a Bridesmaids. I mean, that's Christine Wiig as well, who also has been saying no, but both of them have been saying no. And I would die for a Spy sequel. I think Spy is fantastic.
You love that movie,
I think it's hilarious. I truly think it's hilarious. Jason Statham in that film is brilliant. And so is Melissa McCarthy. Everyone's great in that film. It's a really fun, funny film. So to pick this one to do a sequel to, especially after what happened with the Ghostbusters and how nasty a lot of people are, go listen to our Sean Walsh episode. And so to come back to this, and then with the press with this is all about how certain cast members don't get along, and I don't give really shit about that, to be honest.
I didn't see any press.
It's exhausting. It's the whole Blake Lively thing at the moment, being dragged through. But apparently her and Anna Kendrick didn't get on or something, which is
really, because their chemistry's
so
really good.
But everything I've seen of look at them not talking to each other at premieres is one signing autographs on one side and the other signing autographs on the other side. I was like, well, that's just good work, if you ask me.
Yeah, that's just They
haven't addressed it, but why should they?
Weird.
As well? These press are fucking idiots.
Yeah, true.
So,
but I think there's a few things missing for this one, or a few things that go missing. So Blake Lively's missing, really, and Henry Golding is missing.
He's great when
he's really
on
good
camera.
from the first ones. Yeah, he is great when he's on camera, but he's not there enough, and he gets killed off really quickly. So
I would also
imagine. Sad about that.
Say the good aspects of a good thriller film are not here.
Yes,
and I'm really sick of
the
brother fucker, sister fucker stuff for some reason.
That is weird.
Fucking weird in this second film when we get down to that bit.
I mean, it's weird enough in the first film. I didn't think you needed that in the first film, personally.
But that must be in the book, right?
Must be in the book, I guess, yeah.
It doesn't paint anyone in a good picture. And then the second one, when basically it's sexual assault at that point, I think, because that person is paralytic or paralysed or whatever the words are.
Yeah.
And it felt more like a daytime drama-y American soap than a quality guessing thriller film. With all this, the first one, I can't say enough, it's so slick, it looks so good. The design of the film is so good, down to the costume, the dresses, just the design of the sets or whatever. It's great. And then that first one, you want to have a martini all the time. You want to be drinking with those characters. And then the second one, I like in the first one, by the way, they used Ryan Reynolds' gin. And then the second, the aviation one. And then in the second one, Paul Feig's got his own gin. That's in the second one. And when they're making the gin, the second one with the cocktail guy, It's a bit of pointless information. He makes the world famous gins in the place called Duke's in London. So him and Paul Feig are very good friends, and they make that gin. So, or the ambassadors of the gin. Shall we do Rotten Tomatoes? Because we can't do box office.
No, that's true. We can't do box office, can we? Because there isn't one. But we can do Rotten Tomatoes, and we can still thank Sequelizers because they're still going. But soon, we'll just start to pretend it's
That's
ours.
what I want to say. I've been listening to their Jurassic Park episode 1 of their 15th series. Oh, they're really good, aren't they?
They're really good.
It's really fucking annoying.
I've started on the Moana 2 episode already. Because I'm a Patreon.
Yes, yes, am I. And and it is I need a certain amount of time to listen to a Sequelizers episode because they are long. So
yeah, they are long, but I do it in chunks.
Housework is the perfect opportunity to listen to Matt slates or praise some sequels. Anyway, thank you, Sequelizers, for a Rotten Tomato game. Let's do the first one and the second one.
Okay. I think... do we do IMDb on this one? We don't, do we? Right. So, first one, surprisingly good. I think 78%.
Really? Think higher.
Oh, really? Yeah. Okay.
84%.
Good.
258 reviews. Positive from the critics.
Yeah. Nice.
Audience for that one.
I was going to say sort of mid-80s for audience, but maybe I'm going to go a little bit higher, so I'm going to go 88%.
73%.
Oh, what?
Okay, so then that leads us on. So how long is that first film? That first film was 1 hour, 57 minutes. I think that's a lovely time. The second one is 2 hours. And by the way, it's too long. even by the
it is a bit
3
too
minutes
long.
From the first one. Critics.
I think it deserves to be low 50s. I'm going to say 53.
It's currently sitting at 63.
Oh, okay. That's higher than I thought. Higher than it deserves, I think, probably. I think for me it's a 2 out of 5.
I think it's a 2 out of 5.
So,
a negative one. Another favour tries to push boundaries. Another simple favour. It does say another favour. Another favour tries to push boundaries but feels forced. That's a good way.
That's a good point. Yeah.
But neither favour ever promised an insightful look at real-life crime adventures, making it enjoyable and hang around for the finale.
No. Okay.
Anna Kendrick has a screen charm to spare, and Blake Lively wears the hell out of a shirtless suit. She does. But the convolutes of the plot are too much in the sequel with plenty of style and little spark.
Yeah, again, that's also true.
Feig directs the picture without much of a feeling for Capri, one of the most beautiful places on Earth, but which here might as well have been a studio backlot.
Oh, okay. I didn't. Yeah, actually, it's a good point. You don't get a lot of Capri, do you?
It's a lot of yes. It's corridors, alleys, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Mark Commode. It's rubbish. Lightning doesn't strike twice.
Short and sweet and correct. Okay,
so it's only had 123 reviews currently, so it's got a few more coming in probably. Okay. Audience.
Yes. I want you to find some crazy. There's going to be some crazy people who give this 5 stars, right?
Yes. What were you saying?
Oh, I thought you were going to give it... Oh, sorry.
You have to guess and then
read out some audience things. I thought I'd done that already.
No.
Okay, what was it? 63? Sorry.
What for the critics? Critics were 63.
Critics. Okay, audience will be 65.
Audience is 39.
39! Oh, wow. Okay.
1 star. Possible the worst acting and dialogue I have ever witnessed.
Not true.
Half a star.
Not the worst.
One of the worst movies ever made. Not worth watching.
Again, not the worst. You've not watched enough movies if you think this is the worst.
1 star. This is why we shouldn't do sequels.
Oh, don't spoil the podcast. Come on. We've got livelihoods to think about here.
5 stars. Great film. Unexpected twists. Recommended on an open, free mind. If you like 2012. Asterisk. That's my boy. You'll definitely like it.
Where?
I think that's the Adam Sandler film with Andy Samberg.
Yeah. No.
5 stars.
Okay,
This was a
you're
fun
wrong.
movie. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the first one, but hesitated with the second due to low scores. I'm glad I gave it a chance. I pride myself on solving mysteries long before the end of the film. Not this time, not even close. It has the same charm of its predecessor without duplicating the plotline. It even rewrites the first in a way. If you think you know everything, well, you don't. Similar to Happy Death Day 2, a surprising sequel, and it didn't harm its roots. In fact, expanded. Give it a chance. Trust the critics. Over 60% isn't bad. I give this 4.5 stars. Very entertaining and fun. I know he says I would give it 4.5,
Insane.
but he has also given it 5, this guy. Richard J.
Insane. Insane. I'm someone who prides myself on working out the plots, and I couldn't work out the plot for this one, even though they tell me it in the first movie, and then again in the first 10 minutes of this movie.
1 star. It's horrible, boring, like a bad school project. Hey, this
Okay,
is also backs me up. 1 star. This movie was so bad I couldn't tell if it's a spoof of a Lifetime movie or not. It's so ridiculous and far-fetched. The plot was even dumber than the first one.
Yeah, it is definitely dumber. That's true. But I like the first one. The first one's charming.
There is a great review on Letterboxd, 1 star, and then someone's just put, and yet I would watch at least 13 more of these things.
Do you know what? Like, that's the thing. I'd probably watch
And
another
that was
one.
going to be one of my questions. Would you do another one?
I would probably watch
They
another
set
one
it up.
because I think like Anna Kendrick and Blake Lively can pull it off. Like I do, and I think if they can recreate a bit of that the drama from the first one, the mystery and the thrillerness of the first one, they'd have another hit.
Yeah.
So I would watch another one.
Do you think they just
I
went
would.
too far with that storyline with the triplets?
Yeah, far too far, far too silly, too much comedy, not enough kind of care in terms of storytelling, and it just doesn't quite fall together.
Let's rate it.
Okay, I think it is a 3 out of 7.
Oh, okay.
Because we said it's 2 out of 5, and the equivalent is 3 out of 7.
That's true. Okay, I will also go 3 out of 7 on that. That thinking. It's quite simply it's an unequal sequel, but in a bad way.
Oh, it's definitely an unequal sequel in a bad way.
I would watch that
Absolutely.
first one again, I think, in a few years, and still enjoy it.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Because everyone's doing
Absolutely.
top work in that first one.
I'll tell you what, I would watch this over The Accountant 2, I think.
Oh,
Maybe.
I think I watched The Accountant 2 over this one.
Do you?
I think I would get more
I'd
joys.
definitely watch this over Captain America Big Brave Boys. I preferred this more than that.
I didn't like it. I didn't like it. And you know what? It's disappointing. It's a really, it's a bit...
It is disappointing.
Let down.
And yet, I think there's more fun to be had with this than there is in that Captain America sequel.
I'd have to sit on that one now.
Don't get me wrong, that bar is low.
Yeah.
That bar is low. I still think this is possibly one of the worst sequels. It's not...
This year,
Section 31 is worse. Yeah, this year. Sorry, yeah. Section 31 is the worst so far this year, definitely.
Yeah, easily. I think if that's not the worst by
easily.
the end of the year, I'll be very surprised, by the way.
I'll be quite surprised as well.
What about Bank of Dave 2?
No, I think I'd rather watch Bank of Dave than this.
too.
Yeah. It's not by much, but I think I'd prefer
Maybe
to
they're
watch
in the
Bank of
same
Dave
realm, to be honest.
Yeah, maybe.
It's just it's a disappointing sequel, which should be better because it's got lots of fantastic people in it coming from back of a fantastic film. Maybe
watch Bridget Jones instead.
go watch Bridget Jones, or just watch the first one again.
Yeah, true. Yeah, but the problem is if people just watch the first one, then we've not got a podcast.
Sequels will always be
you know,
around, mate.
We quite like having a podcast.
I love having a podcast.
It's quite fun. And you all seem to quite like it when you're listening as well. So if you do
wow, we're
like
going to switch
us, go to that. Well, we've done the reviews.
Yeah.
It's an unequal sequel. We've decided that. We're into it. We're straight in. So if you like the podcast, then tell us that you like it. Get on the social medias, type unequal sequel into your social media. We're on all of them apart from the bad place. We don't go on there. The one that used to be a bird and now a little cross. We don't go on that one because it's a cesspit of hell doom. But yeah, all the other ones, type unequal sequel in. You can send us a little message. We'll read out your messages in the end of the month roundup. Let us know what you thought of Another Simple Favour. We will We will read out all your messages because we are those kind of guys. You can also leave us comments on YouTube or on Spotify and tell us what you thought. Also, if you really love us, then please hit the subscribe button, hit the auto download button. We'll drop into your pod player of choice every single week. And it really helps other people find the podcast if you do a nice little review for us. 5 stars would be amazing. So if you're a new listener and this is the first time you're listening to the podcast, please 5-star review. It really helps other people find the podcast and gets us a little bit closer to becoming certified Rotten Tomatoes critics, which is our life's goal. I say, life's goal, but, one of our life's goals. Yeah. If you really, really like us, then get yourself over to anotherslice.com/unequal sequel, where for just $2.99 a month, you can join our subscription service, where you'll get sequels to all of our interview episodes, the sequel sessions. You'll get Disenfranchised, where we talk about movies that should have had a franchise but didn't. And you'll get Box Set Mentality, where at the moment we're watching the Goal trilogy and talking about each of those movies, doing a deep dive analysis into a very shallow movie.
I'd watch it over this.
But it's fun, right? It's fun.
I'd watch it over this.
Come and join us as a super special slicer and you can find out what we thought of Goal.
Goal begins. Goal, the dream begins. Anyway.
The dream begins. Is that what it's called now?
It is. Good job, Rich. Well done. Thank you, everyone, for sending your thoughts and feelings in. Send any questions you want answered in a semi-good way. We can give those a crack. We've done some in the past.
We can try. We like it when people ask us questions. It makes our brains think.
Yes, TikTok.
Which makes our brains think. That's not a thing, is it? Anyway. It does give us something to mull over when you send us questions. Sometimes a question comes through and we're like, oh God, I don't think we're qualified to answer this. But they're sometimes the best ones.
We'll give them a crack anyway. So thank you for them.
Yeah.
Next week, hopefully, is Final Destination Bloodlines, if it's on available screens that we can watch. I think I'm also going to be watching Mission Impossible next week, but we'll be covering that in the first week of June, so we can really dig deep into spoilers and really go into that one, hopefully.
Go and watch Final Destination tonight.
Oh, that'd be exciting for you. I've got nothing else to say, so it's a goodbye from me. Bye-bye. And then it's a goodbye from him.
Bye!
See you on the next one. 6 for this one. Have a great week. Bye-bye.
I don't think I am going to be watching Final Destination tonight because it's not on.
Well, maybe we're not doing Final Destination, another Final Destination, whatever it's called. Quick question. What would you call a third Another Favour film? A quick, simple favour?
A more complicated favour?
It's got to have another flavour. I keep saying flavour. Favour.
Oh, yeah, that's what I mean. It's a more complicated favour.
No, but it's got to have another...
It's not as simple anymore.
This one's a simple, though, isn't it? Another simple favour. And the first one's simple.
Yeah, this is another simple favour, but it's the third one. It can't be another simple favour.
No, but you just put another word in front of simple, like a quick, simple favour. A hurried, simple favour.
I would go a little more abstract.
An easy, simple favour. Yeah,
I would say a complicated flavour.
Oh,
flavour.
That's good. A complicated. Oh, I can't even say it. Complicated, simple flavour. I don't know. Here we go. This is why we don't do this kind of thing.